Hello boxing fans, welcome back to Andy's Cavern. How we all doing tonight? Hope you're all good out there. I was flicking through YouTube earlier and I noticed there was a headline, Nick Blackwell, former middleweight boxer, who you'll probably remember got injured against Chris Eubank Jr. Had a brain injury or a bleed or a swelling or something, I think, after the fight. And I think during the fight, if you probably remember, Chris Eubank Sr. Told Chris Eubank Jr. to stop hitting Nick Blackwell the head. I think through his experience in his own fights, he maybe saw something that he didn't like, and that could have possibly saved Nick Blackwell from further injury. I think he did recover at that time, more or less, but then had another accident, sparring in a gym somewhere, if I remember. If I'm wrong on this, please feel free to comment. Perhaps you know better than me. I'm just going by my memory. I do remember that fight. I don't think I've ever seen anybody hit with as many uppercuts as in that fight. It was Eubank had a great uppercut, didn't he? Eubank Jr. We'll see if he's still got that April 26th. But Nick Blackwell, he's been interviewed on IFL TV by Kugan Cassius, and he was talking about I think Kugan Cassius asked him what he thought of the £100,000 fine that been imposed on Chris Eubank Jr. by the Boxing Board of Control. I think somebody asked them where the money, it might have been the GAD asked them where that money went. The Boxing Board of Control Secretary Robert Smith asked him where that money went, and he said the money went into some kind of fund. I think he mentioned Boxers in Need, but I don't think it's Boxers in Need, as the t-shirt I'm wearing that Gary Confor started up. I know they are helping Nick Blackwell. So Robert Smith said this money goes to help injured boxers and training officials, etc. Now Nick Blackwell said he's never heard anything from the board. So if they ain't helping him, who are they helping? I'm not saying they've not helped injured boxers that have fallen on hard times or that, but I've never heard any stories about them helping anybody that's fallen on hard times. So I remember with the Michael Watson, when he got injured against Chris Eubank Sr., and that was on a Barry Hearn show, if I remember right. What happened with Michael Watson, I think he sued the board, if I'm correct. Again, correct me if I'm not correct. I don't claim to know everything, I'm only a fan. I think he sued the board, and I think the board went, we're going to go under. And it was Frank Warren, aka Bricktop, he saved the board with that. And it wasn't even his show it was on, you know. So well done him for doing that. But if the Board of Control are saying that they are, like, to me it's a far too big a sum of money for what happened there. And yet, I think Robert Smith, I think I saw him being interviewed by the GAD, he also said it was nothing to do with the purse. So you're telling me a guy that's getting a purse of say 20,000 is going to get fined 100,000 for hitting somebody with an egg? I don't believe that. I think that's ridiculous, you know. So the Board of Control, who are they helping? It's just doesn't sit right with me, yeah. Maybe you know somebody they've helped, but I certainly haven't heard any stories where they've helped. But then I'm just a fan in a shed in the middle of Scotland, haven't I? So you guys spread around the country or wherever you are, maybe know better than me. But it is quite a sombre issue, but it's one that needs addressed. The board need to show a bit of transparency with what they're doing with their money, especially when they're going about fining people £100,000, sums of money like that. That's a lot of money. Regardless of what your purse is, that's a lot of money. Especially for what he did. Could you say he's bringing the sport into disrepute? Yeah, you might say that. But does that mean he gets fined £100,000? There's people get less fines than that for far more serious offences, isn't there? At the end of the day, doesn't sit right with me. Yeah, maybe it doesn't sit right with you, but like I say always, I'm not here to tell anybody what to think. But Gary Cornforth, I know he is helping boxers who've fallen on hard times. He's helping grassroots boxing, etc. So good on Gary for he's putting his hand in his pocket and helping people. Why isn't the board? And on that subject, Gary Sykes, you maybe know if you watch Porky's Corner, Julian McGowan and Porky were campaigning to get Gary Sykes his British belt. I think it was the last defence he needed to keep the belt. I think it was against Carl Johansson, and I think I forget the story details exactly, but I think the belt was carried into the ring. I think it was a change of opponent for the defence, but Johansson was highly ranked, and then they tried to say it wasn't a title defence or something like that, and it did poor Gary out of getting his belt. I think Julian tried to pursue them and tried to get maybe like half an hour's time with Robert Smith to fight Gary's corner, state his case. Fell on deaf ears. So the Board of Control, if they're fining people that kind of money, they need to be helping people like Nick Blackwell and helping people like Gary Sykes, who's probably fallen on hard times as well, I believe. So why aren't they helping these people, but they're dishing out these big fines? You can see Nick Blackwell, he's still got you can see in his face, he's still got a love for boxing. You can see he's obviously been affected by his brain injury. But he looks really excited about going to he's wanting to go to the Conor Ben Eubank Jr. weigh-in, isn't he? And wanting to go to the fight, and he's wanting to meet Eubank. I think he just wants to meet him and catch up with him and speak to him, which I think's nice, But you can see in his eyes when Kugan Cassius was asking him about boxing that he could still, it's kind of face lit up, I would say, when they're talking about boxing, but he's obviously got issues as a result of his injuries, and I imagine life's not easy for him. That's why I like promoting Boxers in Need, because as I always say, when these guys are off the TV screen, out of sight, out of mind, they get forgotten about, and that's a shame. That is a shame, because it's a sport we all love. So if you guys out there can, I would certainly try and, if you're passionate about boxing as I am, and you want to give some small charity, it's only £1 a month, £12 for a year, and all that money does go to helping boxers in need. The website is www.boxersinneed.com. So please, if you can, take 5 minutes and look it up. I think they were trying to send Nick away on holiday or something like that. I don't know. I haven't heard any more. That was the intention anyway. If he's able to go, I don't know how he is fixed for travelling and stuff like that. But certainly it's a good charity to support. I believe so anyway. Yeah. But okay, guys, that's all for just now. Till the next time. All take care out there, be happy and be healthy. And if you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe, help boost the channel. And you'll also see me on Porky's Corner. I just did a video with us last night, so there'll be one out there. Have a look, you might enjoy it. And Canada's boxing channel Canada Bob, he appears on Porky's as well. Give him a like and subscribe as well, and Porky's Corner, like and subscribe. If you like the truth about boxing as we see it. Okay guys, we'll leave it at that. All the best. Cheers just now. Cheery bye.